Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. It is January 28th. We're going to review 0-day options today on SPY and my small account challenge. Today was FOMC day, what we've been waiting for all week, and hopefully the market loosens up a little bit. Range stayed pretty tight relatively. Here's the 30-minute. This is Eric's. Eric's charting. You can catch his Discord in the description. Gapped up this morning, just kind of melted down, broke this orange. Didn't even retest the 5-day or anything. 5 minutes to close here, and it looks like we're bouncing up to retest magenta maybe. Yeah, still kind of in this range. This is excuse me. This was all-time high though, so maybe it's gonna build some more liquidity before it keeps going. Probably retrace back to at least the moving average, I would presume. But yeah, today was pretty ugly. Premiums are elevated and we went nowhere. Good day for selling it. Let's review. Thankfully I was gone most of the day, so I didn't have to waste my life staring at these candles. But I got a couple trades in the morning. Let's see. 10-16. So I had, let's see, I had the red one I put in, and then white. These were adjusted quite a bit this morning. White. Yeah, let's see. 10-16. I got a put. Okay. So it broke the white here. However, I did have purple already, and so I didn't like the risk reward on that. So I didn't take it there. Came up, retested it. I thought about it, but still, it's a pretty tight range still. Actually, I kind of thought I almost got that. No, I didn't. I did consider it though. On that retest. Inverse cup completed here. Yeah, you have a little shoulder liquidity here. Head and shoulder. Yeah. Anyways, came down. Wasn't too confident at that point in the purple either. Just, yeah. So I didn't take this breakout. Or no. I didn't take that because actually I wasn't. I stepped away. Yeah, I wasn't there just for this move. But yeah, I potentially would have taken this, especially with gold, if I had that charted in early enough for nice risk management. Breaking purple to the downside. Did a complete inverse cup and had retested the white. So yeah, this range is a little tight for me, but yeah, once it breaks there, the gap fill, that's what I was looking for, which I think was like right here. So anyways, I missed this, but it came up and I thought I could maybe get on a retrace, and that's where I drew this line. Ideally it would just retrace to purple, but I thought it very well could stretch up here and reject that area. Let's see, right here. So I did get one here on that retrace. So pretty ballsy entry for me, which I like. I'm trying to do risky entries. That's like one of my notes, risky entries. They're actually not risky, but they're risky in my mind because they're very close to my stop, which is the opposite of risk. Anyways, got one there. It did come down. It went up green a little bit, and I was looking for gap close on it. I had orange, I think, here, and so I held through. I didn't take any profits, which was fine. I stopped out on this candle actually for a small gain. Once it broke that gold, I was like, all right, it might retest this. It might come up and retest this area, and sure enough, it did come up. Retested, wicked above to VWAP, and then this candle, I was like, it would happen so fast because when I was doing this, I was like, I should probably get puts here. Then this candle was like, oh, happened so quickly. Yeah, at that point I had charted the green also, so that helped. 1026. Excuse me. So I got one here. A little green candle. Little retest of a green potentially. Problem with this was my stop was pretty high. I don't think where my stop even was for this. It was kind of purple. As you can see, it just got pretty nasty in there though. 1026 for 108. Close it out for 103. A small loss at 1030. Yeah, of course on that green candle. I didn't want to hold this. I was like, okay, this was my stop. That's right. This was there. So grind it down. Kind of was finding resistance of purple, but once it broke that, I closed on this candle. Actually, kind of at the bottom. I didn't get a terrible fill. This was pretty quick though, but yeah, did end up coming down, retesting my white, and I had the stamina. I almost didn't. I was like, I think this is still gonna happen. Just kind of wedging until it breaks. 1042. Okay, yeah, this one. I didn't have this white one yet right here. I had purple, I had that. Came up, came down. Let's see. Yeah, I was late on this one. It broke here, and it was just such a big, quick candle. Again, I'm trying not to get in on this nasty slippage. So I got in on. I did get on that one, didn't I? No, yeah, 42. Yeah, so it was on a little. This was actually green when I got in, so it wasn't an awful fill. The tight range though. My white was like, I think it was purple. I had a little bit more. Well, I was looking for the gap fill, which was like right about there. So it was still a pretty tight range. I did get here when it was green. This candle was green, and this one wasn't too bad actually. 125 I entered. It was 695 put. All the premiums were jacked today, of course, because of FOMC. Closed at 1044, 2 minutes for $1.41. So on this candle, gap fill was like, actually I think it was like here. It was a little bit further. Had a nice big candle, and then I maybe had white at that point, but it was I think a little bit different angle. Yeah, at any rate, I did have kind of a tapering channel here that was my profit target. I don't think it was quite that high though. I think it was a little bit lower because I knew this didn't quite hit it, and then it did end up hitting it later. I think this was the gap fill. Yeah, the channel was really close to here. This was the gap fill. It didn't quite make the gap fill. So yeah, that little trade made my other two obsolete, negligible. Yeah, negated them, whatever verbiage you'd use, and put me a little green. And then at 1122, 1124, I got puts 112 and then 107. So pretty expensive premium. Came up. Where are we? Oh, okay, yeah. Broke my white here, as you see. Yeah, that's right. This one sucked. Broke my white. I got in. Failed. Well, I thought I was retesting the white, so I got another one there, 1124 for a better price. Stop out of both of them on this candle, 27. Yeah. So this is, to me, the market not being kind. It grabbed the liquidity, and then it kind of faked out and went up and had to build more. Doesn't always do this, but if it does, you can always exit here and re-enter here. Now this was the candle. It wasn't the one back here. This was the candle I wanted to get in on, and it just happened so fast. Because this one was like ripping up, and I wasn't even paying attention really. I was like, I figured it probably wasn't going to come down then, but I thought it could, and this would be my stop if I did. So it's pretty much as those stops come in my head, this went. I was like, oh, yeah. However, I think I still got into it. Let's see, 22, 24, a little stop out. 30, yeah, this was a nice one. Yeah, got in on this candle. Fortunately, yeah, didn't catch the top. I think it was like right here when I got it. Maybe it was even the bottom. Let me see when on that candle was it. Yeah, 11:30:43. So it was pretty late in that candle. Looking for a profit target. This was the one. I had that all backwards. I didn't have this white line yet. I had this for the gap fill, but no, that's all down here, I think. Yeah, this was the one. Because the gap fill was here, I think. Sorry, I thought that was down here. Got in here 11:30 with $1 was the premium. It was a 694 put. Sold it at 30. So nice move there. Held through this. I actually wanted to get another one. I had to order to buy another one. I was looking for a little higher move up on yellow and potentially a retest on white. I actually had a limit order for it, and it didn't fill. which was fine. Being FOMC and free news, I was like, just chill out. I was killing all my buying power. This stuff was so expensive. I wasn't sure. I didn't know I wasn't gonna be gone the rest of the day, but anyways, yeah, built some liquidity. Found gold was my selling channel that I wanted it to sell in, and then broke it. So it's a little unfortunate, but yeah, I closed it here on that break, the break of the gold, this green. This was the one. It was close to my target, which was here, and it was close to my other target, which was somewhere around here for gap fill. So, yeah. Yeah, I guess if I had a less aggressive selling channel that I could have managed my risks on. I just don't know if there was one, or if my gold was maybe too steep. I'm not sure. But, you know, if it breaks gold, then it's like, where am I going to stop? I'd have to be way up here. That'd be my stop up there. So I'm like, didn't quite make it my profit target, but doesn't necessarily have to. So that's why I'm gonna take it on this one. Again, I wanted a little further. It did end up working out going down there, but it's okay. So that was $1.01 to $1.21. So nice little green trade. Could have gotten into it earlier on that resistance and holding longer. I'm trying to think where I might stop. I could have had a stop like here. That flipped into resistance. This kind of, if it broke above this liquidity right here, it takes a lot of management. I don't know. I just wanted a little green trade, I guess. Anyways, so that was my last trade. It ended up coming down, kind of broke through that. So maybe my charting was a little bit off. I'm not sure. And then we had FOMC and just a nasty chop. Let's compare it to Eric's 1 minute. I haven't done that in the last couple days. I've forgotten. I don't look at his anymore. I'll review, like I'll review on the Discord and I watch all the videos and I'm learning, but intraday and like his actual 1 minute chart I'm never reviewing. He's got that one, which I did see it that way. I kind of changed it. So yeah, I did see the less aggressive one, which was using that as a resistance, and I tried that out. I guess that maybe showed up more later. No, see, his didn't even chart. His chart's pretty sparse. He wasn't really charting this morning. Okay, so he's got that one. That's my purple, right? Yeah. My purple. My gold is, or my white is his gold. He put that. That's smart. I like that. I kind of did it, but it wasn't lining up quite the same. Yeah, his was a little more aggressive, which then lined up with those for resistance. Interesting. Yeah, that would have done something. Wouldn't help me earlier on though, only later, I guess. Then he had blue, which that came in later, maybe extended it. He wasn't really charting this morning because he wasn't really on in the morning. Anyways, that's what I got, guys. Thanks for watching. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.